How's that one doing? Maybe too premature. Okay, so I'm using Baohong 100% cotton cold pressed paper. This is a 7 by 10 inch block. I love this paper. It's got a great tooth to it. I've got this 1 inch flat wash brush, really kind of cheap. Any kind of, you can buy a 1 inch flat wash brush anywhere. Don't need a specific brand for that. And I'll go over the paints as I use them, and everything's always in the description, so look in the description box for that. So we're gonna just dip our brush into some water, right? And I'm gonna get some water here. See that big puddle there? I'm gonna grab some peacock blue from Holbein, a little bit of yellow, and I'll be adding colors as we go. Okay, so I'm gonna start to put them here and grab more peacock blue. Very loose and wet. See how loose and wet that is? Dipping my brush in some water. Dipping my brush in water again. Look how loose and wet that is. Starting to come up here. So it's like a turquoisey color, and it's very wet now. The paper is just slightly damp. Now I've gotten more water in there, and I'm gonna grab Prussian blue and cadmium yellow deep. More Prussian blue. We've got this deeper green happening. By the way, keep some white gouache close by because we'll be using it. And here's the Prussian blue again. So I'm getting a little bit deeper and darker. Kind of on the bottom and on the sides a little bit. Just washing in this color. I don't want to get the top yet. So I'm going to get a little more blue. A little bit of burnt umber. Getting much darker. Saturating down here. Dipping my brush. As you notice, it's dark. I want to get a little more yellow tone. I want that bluish kind of color. And now I can switch to a smaller brush, right? We got this dark, deep, ominous kind of area. I'm going to grab my 12, or actually, yeah, 12 Princeton Aqua Elite Series brush. I'm going to start to play with putting in some color up here. I'm going to grab a little bit more yellow. I want like a lime kind of green. Don't want it all that kind of green. And I'm dipping my brush in water, so I'm diluting it up here. Just gonna adding some like grasses, it looks like, you know, see? Or I can just make a solid color. Doesn't have to be grasses. Just getting that color up, more yellowish green. I already have enough dark. I wanna get rid of some of this color here. Oh, if you just grab some yellow and you put it in here and some green. A little bit looser with some water. Kind of filling in this whole paper, right? We got this lovely color. If you want it lighter up here, it's going to dry lighter anyway. Now I'm going to grab my Princeton 8 long round. So it's got a nice, this is a 10, sorry. Long round, so got a nice long point. Let's make some great grasses. Getting the paint a little thicker by adding more pigment from the tube here. So yellow, blue, a little bit burnt umber. And if I want to get a little bit more bluish, deeper color, go like that. We can start to add some grasses. And they'll kind of bleed a little bit, so just soften up. Because it's damp, it's already wet. Don't go too crazy. You can add them. Just like so. Okay, I have to envision where I want to put my Queen Anne's lace. I'm going to get this a little bit darker down here. And obviously, because it's white, you really want to, let me get this a little bit more wet. You really want to get it into an area that is going to be darker. So it shows up. Dramatic. Very ominous. Dark woods kind of situation here. Just grabbing some more brown, filling this in. Get even deeper, darker color. Maybe just put like a dark color there because I think I'm going to put one there. Okay, so at this point, this is how simple this is going to be, guys. I'm not kidding when I say you don't have to be an expert painter. So I'm going to remove some of this paint because I want to loosen up my gouache. I'm just going to grab white gouache. White gouache is basically, it's got some chalk to it, it's thicker. I want a big brush for this, not a small one. And you don't want it super wet because you want to be able to see it. Because when it's really, really wet, it's going to dissipate and you're going to barely see it. So I'm just kind of loosening up my gouache here. I want it loose, but I don't want it so loose that when I go to put it on this wet area, it's going to go shh. Now I do want some of that, but not a lot of it. So see how kind of, it's very thick. White watercolor is not as opaque, so it'll be more translucent if you're asking about white watercolor. And I will slap this brush. See, it kind of makes, you want to go close to the paper, the Queen Anne's lace for you. Don't want to try, you can get up there if you want to not get up in that area. You want to cover it. All right, you can cover it with a paper towel or something. Just be careful not to get up there, but you don't want to soak the paper either. Again, close to the paper. I'll put some down here. It's already doing that shh magic for you. And then like in that area here. And then we can, oh, see, it really kind of dissipated, went shh. But that's okay. We can also take the gouache and tap it, right? Tap, tap, tap. Now you might want a smaller brush and it will dissipate. It will kind of spread out. But we don't want it to spread out too much. So the thicker the paint, the less it's going to spread. So envision the Queen Anne's lace. They're kind of like a ball or some kind of just like out like this. And I'm just tapping kind of in a ball shape, but leaving the little white here and there. As the paint is starting to dry below, it won't move as much. And see, this is why we wanted this dark paint down here, right? Now, another little trick at the same time. I know a lot of things I'm throwing it at once, but that's the whole fun of it. I'll put some Queen Anne's lace up here. See how thick this paint is? And it's gonna move a little bit, but it's not gonna move that much. This is gonna be a smaller one up here. We'll do some small ones up here, just a little teeny cluster. This is we're gonna have to go over when it dries and put some more. Look how magical it looks. Isn't that cool? Woohoo! Get excited. And take a scraping tool. I'm just gonna use the block opener, right? This is the opener that opens up the block to get the paper off. See, the paint is kind of seeped into the paper. This is when you scrape it. If you scrape it when it's really, really wet, you're not gonna see it. So, see, scrape the little lines. And there's your stem. This one's too wet, see? It's coming back into it, so it's not ready yet. Scrape, 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 scrape. Stem. You can scrape some more stems like that. You could add another one up there. I don't know if this one's ready. Let's see, that one's ready. Look at that, magical. This is still very, 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 very wet. That one's folding back in, so that's very wet still. Put in little lines here. I can add some gouache to that. And scrape down here and go down here, and you can add some gouache to that. But look how magical. Because it looks like a fairy is in the forest, right? I kind of want something here, but I do like the triangle of the flowers, and I probably will add something up here. Still very wet though, isn't it? You're gonna have to let it seep through a little bit. How's that one doing? Maybe too premature. Yep, this was just the right amount. See how shiny it is still? It's all a waiting game. I know, it's difficult to wait, but it looks really cool, doesn't it? I still have to wait for that area. So while I'm waiting for that, bit of fun. I can go back to some of this and see if I want to add, it's still damp, some lighter green or medium green, little leaves. Coming up. And I'll dilute the paint a little bit more so it's not so, there we go. You always want to kind of like fold down. This is still very wet. I can see that it's not, still kind of bleeding in there. Just kind of put some grass up this way while we're waiting for it to dry. So fun. I'm loving this area right here. I'm gonna put some grass kind of coming up. It's still kind of damp, but oh my God, does it look like magic? It's all about timing too, right? If If you want this magical fairy forest, that's how you create it. All right, so I'm gonna give it a few minutes and we're gonna scrape the bottom one. Okay, now it's ready. I just did a little sample check. Scrape, scrape. This one might have waited too long, but there we go for that. Coming down. And if we want another one coming this way. See? Just scrape the little suckers. That's all dry. Now, you can go back in with even the smaller brush with some gouache, the 8 long round, and the thick. See, you can go on top of this, just make little taps, kind of where the stems end. So get this diluted paint that looks kind of so magical, and then we get the highlighted whites on top. So you're doing like little clusters, little balls, like that, just little tippy taps. You don't have to get super white, you know, you can just do a little bit of this if you wanted to keep that super magical look. It is diluted a little bit, by the way. So I'm just making little pom-poms, kind of where those stems attach to. And then this one down here didn't have any, so I'm going to put some down here in this little small one. It's a mini, but I'm loving this. And we'll just tippy tap, 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 and a little cluster tap. Go look up what Queen Anne's lace looks like. You might see some in the yard somewhere, I don't know. And you'll see how they're like little teeny little pom-poms clustered together. Definitely feel like there should be something right here for my attention. And I can add a green stem to this. Doesn't have to be the scraped white. And I'm going to add some more up here. So this is a fun little exercise. Splattering a little paint. Using the wet on wet technique to get that atmospheric kind of magical look. And I'm going back over here to get our Queen Anne's lace. So fun. A little bit more over here. Very captivating, right? Can even add a few little up in here. Now, last but not least, we can add some deeper green kind of connecting alongside of it, or even a little bit of brown, burnt umber, dilute that a little bit. Kind of going alongside next to the stems that we scraped, just to highlight them a little bit. Not necessary, but if you want to do that, I'll add a little bit more green. The highlight comes out a little bit more. I kind of like the way it looks just like that. This is a super quick picture. And you could add a magical dragonfly or anything you want there. Really, that's all you need. And I might grab a little bit more green and add some more grasses. I always like to have them like bending and sloping. You can have an unexpected little bug. But this exercise and just painting the sweet little Queen Anne's lace is the most fun. Very satisfying, don't you think? And very magical. If you're going to put something like a different color in here that's for a bug, make sure it makes sense. I mean, you could put a ladybug in here, but the red's going to stand out. Your eye's going to go right to that ladybug and own that ladybug because it's the opposite color of the green. And add a few more white taps, and I think we're done. It's super quick, super fun, very satisfying. You can do this 1,000 different ways because of the way you paint the grass and the atmospheric kind of look to it. Could even put some down here. See, it's still kind of a little damp. I can tap a little bit of this white. A little small one. And if I wanted to make a light green stem kind of connecting. Just a little one coming in the forest. I can add a little gouache to my green. And then it kind of comes like a highlight. See, add a little gouache. And you have the stems connecting. So cute. I love playing with watercolor. Wasn't that fun? Let me know. Super quick, super fast. I mean, very satisfying. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Let me know in the comments if you love things like this, or you want to have more extensive kind of videos that are, you've been playing for a while, you're kind of bored, you need to step it up a little bit. Check out my Patreon. I have more advanced tutorials. I just posted this beautiful, wonderful little scene here. I'm showing you how to paint the sky and the trees and the shadows, all that kind of stuff. Especially if you've been painting for a while, you've done the beginner stuff, you want to step it up a notch. Those are hour-long videos with trace and photos, you know, much more intermediate and advanced. So if you've been painting a while, you want to step up your game, join my Patreon. You can join and cancel anytime, and click the link in the description box below and help support my free content here on YouTube, which I really appreciate. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.